Hello, my name is Thomas and you're watching rptv. On February 23rd, CSI held an event at Daniel Spectrum. It was held in partnership with Regent Park community members as a celebration of CSI's impact on the community and its future wealth building initiatives. The main speakers of the event were Denise O'Leary, the Director of Projects and Partnerships, and Tonya Surman, the Chief Executive Officer. Food was served, with local vendors serving different foods of different cultures. There was also a band playing music and lots of dancing. Let's go see how things went.
Out here, come join us. We're gonna speak to you and tell you a bunch of things, and then we're gonna feed you, and then we're gonna dance together. So come on, but you have to come and join us if you want the other fun parts. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on and join us all the way in, come on in. Richard, if you're still here, you gotta come in and watch speeches. And come on in this way, because we're going to speak this way and you don't want to see my backside. Come on this way. Well, welcome everybody. Super glad you can be here. And you can migrate. We'll let you buy your drinks at the bar and come on over. Migrate in to see us. Amazing. So, welcome. Oh, Emil, where am I supposed to be so I'm not making that noise? Okay. Welcome. I have some notes in front of me because this has been a crazy week, as you can imagine. And so I'm gonna read some things to you, and I apologize for that. But super glad to have you all here. You know, here is an interesting concept. Place is important to us. And this place specifically is important to us. Takaranto, the indigenous name for this place, given by generations of indigenous people that have taken care of this land, the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, the Wendat people. Like all of us here right now, indigenous people represent many different cultures, languages, practices, values, and it takes many parts to make up a whole. But again, like us, there are a few things that unite the different people across Indigenous cultures and across Turtle Island. Honor, trust, honesty, humility. They reflect commitment to the collective and embody a respectful relationship to the land. These have been the guiding principles of this land, the basic building blocks of community. We call this place our community. We call this place Regent Park. We call this place home. Woo! Sorry. This is just going to get worse. And all of us standing here tonight are guided by the history of this land, the Indigenous stewardship, and the same shared values to live by. We build community with the same building blocks and the same commitment to each other, the collective, and the land. We speak different languages and we come here in different ways, but we share the important things, and that's what matters in this moment as we build a future on this land, in this community, as as strong and rich as our past was. Welcome here to Regent Park, to the land that we're on, and also to the CSI Community Living Room. We have some different people who are going to speak to you tonight. The next person up is actually not here, so I'm going to hand this over to our CEO, Tonya Surman, to say a few words to you. Thanks.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. So I'm going to tell you a little story about a little project called CSI Regent Park, which started, we have a 10-year impact report, but actually it started 13 years ago. CSI Regent Park was actually the second location that we were meant to open. And then what happened, as Brian will remember, Brian Eiler, one of our amazing board members, you'll remember that we made the decision to open up a location in Regent Park, and then they had to go build the building. And in the meantime, we ended up opening and buying CSI Annex. So it's been a 13-year journey and 10 years of actually being in the space. September 2013, we came to Regent Park with a question. What would happen if we brought the power of social innovation into a real community? And a community that was in transition. As most of you know, we started with a 10,000 square foot co-working space upstairs on the 3rd floor and opened our doors to innovators, change makers, and local projects and entrepreneurs. We created a dynamic community there with over 75 members at our height. The space was brimming with energy, but we knew that hiding upstairs just wasn't good enough for CSI. And so even back then, we opened our doors to the neighbors. And I remember my team, it might have been Shelby right here in the very front row. Shelby! Shelby was still pretty new. She did meet her current husband in this very building, so some amazing things have emerged. But I remember her asking me, she said, Tonya, there's these young girls who could barely reach the coffee maker. Are we allowed to let them use the hot water to make hot chocolate? And I remember saying, absolutely, just please teach them not to burn themselves, right? And this is really ultimately what community is about. It's about people entering a space and then feeling a sense of ownership, a feeling that they can make their own hot chocolate, that they've got the power, that they feel empowered to make their own hot chocolate in their own space. This was just the beginning of the community, from hot chocolate to potluck dinners to hosting talent shows, winning some amazing cocktail competitions. The Regent Park community has been an incredibly vibrant space. And over the 10 years, CSI has invited and welcomed people from around the world. We've danced to funk, disco, and Bollywood. We've cried tears of joy and tears of pain. We played with Lego, and we've saved lives. We have been home to organizations as locally based as Green Thumbs Growing Kids, as well as global change makers like Youth Challenge International. We've had social innovators ranging from peace builders that work with court-involved youth to Circle Square who teach the same youth how to play and create circus magic. We've seen marriages, birthdays, and graduations all emerging out of these spaces, and we've made friends, collaborators, and lovers. This is community. One of my favorite moments was when Bear Standing Tall was here to welcome Indigenous, really, truly just landed in Canada, Syrian refugees into the country. And this moment, this incredible meeting moment, where you had this phenomenal connection, felt just so profoundly Canadian. It was an indicator of the power of our city, of our community, and of our relationships. Our strategy has been to reduce barriers and reduce the friction between our current world and a better world. That's what we do at CSI. We reduce friction between people so that they can help themselves. We reduce the barriers so that funds, ideas, and resources to go where they're needed. We're there to be the platform for the Regent Park newsletter or for $700,000 of trust deed projects into the community. We're there to oil the gears of the communications and employment tables of the SDP. We're there to launch the Everyone Every Day project and so much more. Most importantly, we're here to unlock your potential as leaders in your community, removing barriers, reducing friction so that you can be a part of the solution. That's what this party is all about. Yeah. This party is called What's Next? CSI is closing down the community living room. Financial realities are financial realities, but we're not leaving. I'm going to come back in a little bit. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what comes next for CSI. But I just want to honor the incredible staff, the community, the board members, the community, you, for making this a magical place. Ownership is key. A sense of ownership, actual ownership also helps. And ultimately, it's about the relationships that we foster, the social capital that we build that allows us to be able to make these projects a reality. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, Denise, to introduce a couple more guests, and I will come back to you in a little bit.
I feel like I'm like deeking around here. This is how it goes over here. Thanks so much, Tonya. It's really lovely to reflect on a decade of work in this community and a decade of collaborations here in Regent Park. So thank you so much for highlighting those things. And thanks, Shill, for passing such a wonderful baton. One of CSI's values is together or die. And we mean that. We really, I mean, we really, it's a big deal for us. Nothing is possible unless we're in it together. And we're so lucky to be in it with all of you. Everybody here tonight is part of this process and part of making all of this happen. I'm going to turn it over to three of our partners. You're going to hear from Mitch Cohen, the president of the Daniels Corporation. You're going to hear from Artscape, our friends and partners in this space and in so many other things. And then you're going to hear from the Regent Park Neighborhood Association, RPNA. And then I'm going to take the mic back. So I'm going to just queue up. Mitch is here with us, but he's only here with us in spirit because he is off right now. But he was kind enough to send us this video to mark this evening. So I'm going to let Emil hit play for us.
I would have loved to be there in person with all of you to express my appreciation for all of the care and the attention that CSI has brought to Daniels Spectrum and to the journey of the revitalization over these many, many years. Tonya, to you and your board of directors and to the entire team at CSI, thank you. Thank you for bringing the best of your love to your work in Regent Park. Thank you for sharing your values and your commitment to building community wealth and community capacity. A very special thank you to Denise. Denise, your wisdom, your empathy, your ability to listen deeply and synthesize differing opinions is exceptional. You've inspired me in every conversation over the years. Your faith in the human spirit and the spirit of community is contagious and truly wonderful. You are a brilliant collaborator, community builder, and I know that we will find other impactful ways to work together, to build community together. For tonight, much love to you, Tonya, the entire team, and to everyone celebrating the CSI Future Fest with you this evening. Enjoy the evening. All the best. I look forward to getting together with everyone very soon. Bye-bye for now.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Fareed, and I'm the hub manager of Daniels Spectrum. I'd like to start by taking a moment to I'd like to start off by taking a moment to express my heartfelt thank you to CSI, Denise, and the entire team that have worked so hard over the past year in the Community Living Room project. Their dedication and hard work have truly created an accessible and vibrant space for all members of the Regent Park community. Please give a huge round of applause to CSI and Denise. While we are sad to see CSI leave, we want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the incredible work that they've done over the past 10 years in Regent Park. Their contributions have been invaluable, and we are very grateful to be a partner with them. Moving forward, we are committed to continue the incredible work that CSI has started. Our goal is to make the community living room even more welcoming and dynamic space for Regent Parkers. Community access and animation remain crucial to us, and we will continue to prioritize and grow our relationships within the community. We believe that by enabling Regent Parkers to work, play, and create resident-led initiatives, we can continue to strengthen the bonds that make our community so special. We are excited to announce that in the coming weeks, we will be rolling out a new booking system to make it even easier for all of you to book the community living room for your events and activities. In the meantime, please don't hesitate to contact me directly. You can reach me by email or just find me on the 3rd floor, and I'll be happy to assist you with anything that you might want to do here. Thank you, Regent Park, for your continued support and engagement. We are honored to be a part of this incredible community, and we look forward to working with everybody here together in the months and years to come. Thank you.
I'm looking for Ishmael. Ishmael. Oh, that's Ibrahim. That's Ishmael. It's okay. It's okay. We still, after 5 years, I still do it. I'm going to hand this over. And I assume, okay, cool. And Marlene. Yeah. To Ishmael. Do you want to come up? Ishmael. Here you go.
Okay. Well, what can I say about CSI and Denise? Goodness. I started community work about 4 to 5 years ago, and as many of you know, Regent Park is going through a revitalization, and it's $1 billion revitalization. Not a lot of communities have an opportunity to participate actively in shaping their own lives. And when I joined about 4 to 5 years ago, I didn't know CSI. I wasn't much involved in community work. But I did have a family that's of advocates. My brother Ibrahim was quite involved in the neighborhood at the time. Yes. Well, I sort of do, even in my biography. When I was developing a professional biography, I had to include I'm a twin. So I do have a family of advocates. My sister is a champion and an advocate. And at the time, I didn't know what I was stepping into. It's a momentous occasion. This community, a lot of changes are happening. New buildings are being built. This spectacular building is being built. And there's also a promise that was attached to that. And the promise is social development. And what that meant is that we're not interested in just creating buildings. We're not interested in just creating infrastructure where people live. We're also interested in transforming people's lives. And at the time when I came in, I needed to get to know the players. And one of the key players is CSI. And CSI, not a lot of organizations in the neighborhood are community development minded. There's lots of services, and service delivery is different from community development. Community development sees residents as assets, as contributors, as partners, as collaborators. Service delivery sees community as there's a deficit. We need to support them. They need help. So in a space where you want to make an impact, it's really important that the organizations are community development minded. And at the time, there's not a lot of trust in the neighborhood around organizations. And that's not because organizations are bad, that's just because the type of relationship, the legacy and the history hasn't allowed for relationship building. So at the time when I came into the community and I'm in meetings and I used to see different faces, one of the faces I used to see is Denise. And at the time when people introduced themselves, Denise was as a manager at the time. And I used to wonder, what's a manager doing at the front line, right? Usually the managers stay back and you get the coordinators, the community development workers. You don't get managers attending. I think we had only 2 organizations that send their managers. That's Young Street Mission and CSI. And to me, that gave me an impression that there's something different about this organization. And what can I say? In so many years, the social development plan is at the heart of this community. And I think for the past 4 years, we've been working so hard to help shape that. And I would know, what made us successful was because of the work of Denise. Denise she took on the co-chairship of the communications table. She used to be at the planning committee that's weekly, and to me, we were problem solving every week. We were strategizing every week. And because of her strategical mindset, we were able to move a lot of pieces in the neighborhood. So one of the partnerships is through the Neighborhood Association, which is a resident-led organization. And we advocate for community, and we wanted to position ourselves to better advocate for community. And I think of the many advices we got, Denise was our mentor, our coach, our advisor, in those areas. So when I heard about the news, that CSI is leaving not only the third floor, but also the first floor, that's a leg gone. That's how I felt. And I felt one of the key, not a lot of, as I said, are community development minded, because it's so important to be community development minded. And to me, up until today, I cannot foresee the impact, the loss, in terms of how to go forward. But all I can say is a sense of gratitude from the neighborhood, from residents, in terms of how you've worked in the community, and the freedom you gave her, right? The freedom you gave her. Because I think in many sense, not a lot of organizations give people freedom to say yes to community, right? And in many ways, how many times did people come and say, can you do this for us? Can you do that? And you used to get a whole paperwork of bureaucracy, sign this, sign that, and Denise would say, how can I make it happen? So I'm excited in what's next for CSI, because CSI has been instrumental to this neighborhood, to its transformation, to the Neighborhood Association, and the belief you have in us. So I just want to say thank you, Denise, and I hope in many ways the City of Toronto is big, and CSI is active in the City of Toronto, and there's lots of pieces you'll continue to hold. So I just want to say from the Regent Park Neighborhood Association, from residents, with great gratitude, thank you for being in Regent Park.
Our first speaker is now our next speaker. Denise has got a little tears. Kristyn is coming in. Kristyn, putting on the spot, extraordinary human that she is. Go ahead.
Kristyn had house duties this evening and ran. They ran over here. I don't know if you noticed, but in the dream machine, you can have your own Kristyn Wong Tam mayoral certificate from the City of Toronto, and we'll tell you about that. She's like, what? They're like, what? What's happening? Anyways, giving Kristyn a second to just catch their breath and be present with us. This is a human that has been so incredibly supportive of our work, and we are so incredibly honored to have the member of Provincial Parliament and the former councillor of Ward 13 here with us this evening to celebrate this evening. And a former CSI member, and definitely a CSI friend forever and ever and ever. And I'm going to hand it over to Kristyn. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Denise. Thank you. Well, it's a wonderful. Can everyone hear me? Okay, good. I won't shush you, but I'll let you sort of come into the room a little bit. All right. Sorry, I may be losing my voice. I've been at a number of healthcare rallies trying to stop for-profit healthcare Ontario. There's so many big challenges for our city and our province right now. I think each and every single one of you know that. You live in one of the most dynamic and affirming, diverse communities that I can think of right across the city and the province. And, the city is really built on the foundation of people who do good work. Good people doing good work for their friends and neighbors. And, I want to just, I really wanted to be here tonight, so I just fled from Queen's Park, and that's okay, because, sitting across from those guys, I'll tell you, every now and then you got to leave the room. So I really feel very good walking into this space and being with all of you this evening, because this is what community is about, and this is what the real Ontario looks like. And so I really want to be here just because, you know, good work done by good people needs to be recognized. And I can't think of what Regent would look like without the incredible contributions of all the stakeholders and organizations, the residents, you know, the children and family that have been here for all these years, and how each and every single one of you have each laid a brick. Some of you laid more than one brick. And this community is really built on your work and collaboration. But CSI and the incredible team at CSI and all the different partners that came together to build CSI, Regent Park, and eventually the community living room is really something special. Now, my history with the CSI, as Tonya will probably remember, I was one of the founding members in some ways. I was one of the early tenants of 215 Spadina, and this is when they were just an idea. A group of individuals came together and they built this incredible space, and they wanted to build space because they knew that without space and people coming together, things couldn't happen. It was 5,000 square feet at 215 Spadina, and they grew that into an expansive, you know, collection of real estate, which is impressive in itself. But really what was the most powerful thing about it was the activity. And they knew that if they built an ecosystem where people were able to sort of thrive and allow them to think and be free, all that space meant connectivity. And then the rest of it, you do. That really was, I think, the dream. And I can't imagine it being better manifest than what I've seen, CSI and the CSI extended family, with all of you being extended family members, having created here in Regent Park. So although it may be feeling like perhaps, you know, the turning of a page of one chapter, I don't want to say goodbye to these guys. I really don't. And I'm sure you feel the same way. In one way or the other, you're darn coming back and you're staying here, you're not going away, because tile the doors, people, we're not letting them out. You have given so much to Regent Park, and if I could pin the Order of Canada on you, I would. If I could give you the keys of the city, which I don't have, I would. That might make me run for mayor, just so I can give you the keys of the city. Yes, we do need a good, solid, progressive candidate. But I really want to just give you a token of my appreciation on behalf of the Ontario Legislative Assembly. I have two here, and I didn't know you were here, Tonya, but for sure you're going to recognize this one. I've got two certificates. They offer congratulations to the extraordinary work of two exceptional people that are built upon lots of effort and energy from many other people. So even though it's going to Tonya Surman, CSI, Regent Park, Community Living Room, and Denise, I know that this is an extension of my gratitude to all of you who've been supporting their work at great sacrifice with lots of finances. Everybody's involved. Having said that, I'm going to read a few words. MPP Kristyn Wong Tam, on behalf of the Ontario Legislative Assembly, is proud to extend warmest congratulations and gratitude to an exceptional community leader, Denise Soueidan O'Leary, for their outstanding work at CSI Regent Park and the Community Living Room. Her numerous contributions to Regent Park and neighboring areas have been invaluable for residents, stakeholders, community, and the province of Ontario. Over the years, it has been my most distinct honor to work with Denise and the CSI extended family. The next journey is beginning, and the strong foundation you have helped to build in Toronto Centre will readily prepare others for their travel and work ahead. Thank you very much, Denise. And we know that Denise can't do this work without CSI, the big family. And I mean, when I say family, you realize, I hope you realize how enormous this network of community activists and city builders are. Again, it's me. On behalf of the Ontario Legislative Assembly, I'm proud to extend sincere gratitude to CSI Regent Park Community Living Room, and of course all their funders and sponsors. I'll get to that. The CSI staff, board, and volunteers have helped build a progressive, inclusive, and vibrant community in Regent Park. The great people of Toronto Centre and Ontario have benefited from your many contributions. The betterment of Regent Park and surrounding neighborhoods is because of social investments made by CSI and its vast network of members and donors. Thank you very much to all of you. So if we can just invite them up to maybe I just accept the scroll and take a quick photo. I'm not sure what the agenda is. Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
Thanks.
Brian, do you want to come up here too? Come on, Brian.
Brian Eiler, I see you. We all see you. You can't run away. Of course.
For all the crazy risk-taking.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing. Tonya just said that it's all about risk-taking.
Absolutely.
But I actually don't see this to be a risky investment at all. This is solid community investments.
Okay, we've got an Ella. We're going to look at Ella. And then we're going to look at Miguel. Miguel, we're getting you. We're going to, you want your eyes?
Okay.
Good. Okay. We've got, I don't know.
Barsha.
Barsha, yeah. Come on. We've got two.
Okay, we're good.
And then we're going to look at Vanessa.
Thanks, Vanessa.
Thanks, Vanessa. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Big round of applause, everyone. Big round of applause.
Thank you. Oh, and Kristyn, I stole your signature off of Twitter. But I did it because we're dreaming of what's going to happen here in Regent Park. So if you visit the Dream Machine over in the corner, you can get a certificate that the City of Toronto would like to recognize Regent Park community for, and then there's blank, 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 blank. You can tell us what we did and what we're going to do in the future, and you're going to put a date, and then it's signed by the Mayor of Toronto, Kristyn Wong Tam. And I'm going to give this to you.
Yeah, we all know the Mayor of Toronto here is actually Denise.
Thank you so much, Kristyn. Thanks for being here. Well, thanks, y'all. You're all doing such a great job at listening, and I promise we're going to feed you, and I promise we're going to dance. Okay, I have a little kiddo, and I'm going to cry, so just so you know, we're all ready. And my kiddo is now burying his face between as many people as he possibly can. But I have an 11-year-old, and he's here tonight. And yesterday, he had a school assignment. and his school assignment was a speech. And he could choose any topic that he wanted. He is blushing, so I can feel the heat off of his face. And he could choose any topic he wanted. It could have been Minecraft, it could have been Pokemon, it could have been axolotls, it could have been anything he wanted. And do you know what he chose? He chose friendship. And you know, kids are our greatest teachers, so I'd like to borrow some of his wisdom for this part. Ethan, my kiddo, he says, friends are people who care about how you are, who care about you and help you during the rough times. They're also people who can reduce stress and make you feel good about yourself. And this is how I feel about every single one of you. I get hugs from Rabia. I get the late night after parties from the crew, Ibrahim and Ishmael and Gail and Waleed and Deanie and Diana and all the others. I scheme with Marlene. I do gardening with the Sumac residents. And all of this helps all of us to reduce stress and feel good. But, as Ethan says in his speech, friends are also people who you stand up for. They're the ones that are trying to support you and defend you. Friends encourage others to fulfill their dreams and cheer each other on and help each other reach their goals. And this is why all of you are my friends. We work together, Adonis, Joel, Naday. We fight for what's right, Inez, Waleed, Miguel. We stand up for each other, Gail, Ibrahim, Sarah Jane. And we push each other to succeed, Rashida, Pavitra, Richard. There are lots of names that I didn't mention. I mean, how could I mention all of the humans in the room? But that's not on purpose, I assure you. Every single one of you standing in this room tonight are friends, because we all do this for each other. Every single thing that little boy said is what friendship is, that's how all of us do for each other. Thank you for every moment, for every act of kindness, every expression of friendship. Thank you. Hi, how are you? Oh my God, it's so good to see you. Nice to see you. You know, tonight is full of some really mixed emotions. I have lots of them, and I'm sure most of you do. It feels like a goodbye, I know. But it's not. It's absolutely not. You know, Ethan says, sometimes friendships change. And it's true. But that doesn't mean an end. Let's not forget that we also dream together. Tonight is not about goodbye. It's not au revoir fest, which is what Maureen Mulliner wanted us to call it. It is what's next fest, because I invited you here tonight because I wanted to dream together. I even built you a dream machine. Did you see the dream machine? Do you know how much tinfoil went into that dream machine? To vision and to plan for the future that we want here in Regent Park. You know, one of our values is it's up to us, but it's also up to you, all of you, to imagine what happens next week, next month, next decade. In the last few hours, we've captured you in portraits with the future, with your commitment to one of the social development goals. You did that over there with the photographer and with the drawer and with the artists. And then you crafted your headlines of the future over in the Dream Machine. You shared positive things that you want to see in Regent Park in the future and in your own life. You designed a mission-driven organization like Vision of Tomorrow, and to help this community move forward. And then you planned what you would do with $1 million. Did you see the Mitch bucks over there? Who saw the Mitch bucks? And that's not because Daniels has lots of money. That's because Mitch is also committed to this community, and he should be on $1 million bill, because we should honor that man and their commitment to this community specifically. And what would you do with $1 million of funding? If you got $1 million of funding, what would you do with it? And you've done that over there in the Dream Machine. You imagined what's possible right here in Regent Park. You can take those sheets home, and if you do take them home, pin them up and look at them every single day and make sure that they guide what you do in all of your decision making, how you show up in community, how you show up in your jobs, how you show up in your friendships. And if you decide not to take them home, then please add them to our Dream Machine. You can slip them in the slot or you can send them down the chute, and I promise that I will compile them and I will send them back to you so that you remember how you dream of what this community looks like in the future. As your friend, I'm here to encourage you to fulfill those dreams, those exact dreams that you wrote down in the Dream Machine. I want you to work to move them forward, and I'm here to support you. I want you to support each other to make them a reality. It's up to you to continue what we've started here, working together to build a strong, inclusive, and sustainable community. And I'm here to cheer you on, as always, to support you as friends, to collaborate, and to work together always. This is not goodbye. This is what's next. Anything is possible, and it's up to all of you. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to hand it back over to Tonya, who's going to tell you about what's next here for CSI. And then I'm going to take the mic back after she's done. So here's Tonya.
Thanks. Hey, everyone. You getting tired? You ready to dance? Who's got a little wiggle in them? Yeah. All right. So First of all, I want to thank Ishmael. Where did he go? There you are. You made me cry. And it doesn't happen very often. That's pretty impressive. Well done. Thank you. And then Kristyn, you did it to me again. Honestly, I really, this is hard work, man. It's hard work, and it's, well, I try to make it fashionable at least, you know. So look, the Center for Social Innovation has a mission to catalyze, inspire, and support social innovation. For 19 years, we've been building community wealth, and for most of that, we didn't even know what to call it. We've been creating co-working to build social capital. We've been creating community bonds to build ownership. We've been supporting entrepreneurs to build solutions in our communities. That's what social innovation looks like. So 10 years ago, we came to Regent Park with this idea. What would happen if we brought a community development lens? Thank you for that. Community development equals social innovation in my eyes. It equals collaboration. It equals relationship. So what the heck is community wealth anyway, one asks? Well, we can attribute all sorts of things to it, but for me, community wealth is about the power of ownership. Businesses and fair markets put into the hands of people who serve people and planet. It's about building circular economies, yo, sister, local business and just economic systems. How do we turn our economic systems to serve people and planet first? Profit second. It's about social enterprises, it's about local ownership, cooperative businesses, and the power of the side hustle. It's about stackable markets, public markets, and it's about the entrepreneurial journey that actually moves you from our current way to a better way. It's about making it happen and not just talking about it happening. And it's about taking the risks that are necessary to get to yes. What we've learned here in Regent Park, I hope Fareed's listening, ownership matters. Relationships matter, and people and planet must come first. So this is what CSI will continue to do. So while we're closing our doors in the Daniels Spectrum, we're ready to take this experiment and this learning and to bring it to all the rest of Toronto and beyond. Yes, we are. Call on us, Kristyn. We're not giving up. We're ready to roll, baby. We're scaling this shit. Let's go. And just because we're closing our doors at the community living room doesn't mean that we're leaving Regent Park. We are not. We're still here, and we're ready to collaborate with you. And we're here to collaborate with you because we believe in you. And Ishmael, thank you for saying it. We don't take a deficit approach to anything at CSI. We're all about possibility, and we're all about unlocking the next generation of leaders, because that is what social innovation looks like. What it looks like is a fundamental belief that you need to be a part of the solution, and it's up to you and us to model the world we want. And we start right here in this community, right here on that dream machine, casting a vision, and then not just talking about it, actually doing it. We're sad to be leaving the Daniels Spectrum, but we're grateful for Artscape and for these 10 amazing years. It's taught us a ton, and we can't wait to keep building the relationship with all of you. I'm also super grateful to some of the really, really important strategic partners that we have been able to build friendships and relationships with. I know my friend Peter Zimmerman just had to go to a Zoom call, but I want to acknowledge TCHC. I want to acknowledge the incredible City of Toronto and their amazing support. Whoa! I want to acknowledge the United Way and the phenomenal work that they've done with us, the Daniels Company and the Daniels Spectrum. Weirdly, the Canadian Internet Registration Authority, I know, crazy, but CIRA, really good partner, who knew? YSM, Dixon Hall, and so many other community agencies that have been a part of what we've been doing here. I also need to acknowledge the more than 150 organizations that have called CSI Regent Park home. over the last 10 years. Incredible organizations with incredible stories. I sent a message around today trying to see whether Craig Carter-Edwards, one of our long-standing decas, could come and join us tonight. And he wanted me to remind you all about the powerful Halloween parties and parades that we've had at CSI Regent Park. Yes, that's right. I also want to acknowledge the amazing staff and board of CSI who have embodied our values, brought their dedication, and worked so hard in service to the power of community. We don't hire people for jobs. We hire people who have vocations. Do you want to change the world? Are you dedicated to making the world a better place? We'll talk. This one here made me cry in a job interview when we hired her to run this location. Shilby Kim was the only job applicant who ever had me break into tears. Now, why? Why? It's a really simple question. I said, why do you want this job? She said, I want to change the world. That's it. And she does, and she does. And we do, and so do you. This is the stuff of passion. This isn't a job. This is a vocation. This is what we're called upon to do. And so it's with incredible gratitude that I honor even the many, many staff who have not had the opportunity to work in Regent Park. The incredible animators, Tara and Stefan and Marcus and Gonzalo and Kareem, former staff, and Dill in the back there, and Emil and Danielle, and oh my God, I forget them all, but there's like a lot of them. There's a lot of them. And it takes all of us to make this magic come alive. And it's not because we have jobs, yo. It's because we have passion and we believe. And we hire people who believe that we start with the assets. We start with what's good. We move forward with hope, with possibility, and with the potential. And then we back it up and we make shit happen. Yeah, we do. That's what we do. So, here we go. Last final words. I'm going to shut up and we're going to eat and dance. It's going to be great. Here's the thing. There's just this one woman, I know we've all recognized her, so I'm just going to do it again, but I'm going to do it my own way and just say, Denise can be found here at all hours of the night setting up a party for you. She's the woman who actually builds the businesses, the Lansdowne Cone, that transform lives while doing her day job animating a community. She's the woman who works with you to get the funding, to hire the people, and to make the project happen. She's the one who shows up with cupcakes and then facilitates $700,000 of trustee projects into the goddamn community. Yeah, that's right. With cupcakes she made that morning. She's freaky. She's the one who does the notes, takes the minutes, finds the solutions, organizes the meetings, and manages the conflicts. She's the one who coaches you on how to navigate your business, the politics, and so much more. She's the one who makes the phone calls, convinces the powers that be to take the risks on real community. She's the one who advocates for this community to everyone and anyone who will listen. She's the one who puts herself out there with grace, with style, with passion, and goes the extra mile to actually make it happen. Do you have any idea how goddamn innovative the community buck is? You know those little bucks that people put that in your hand? Those little bucks, oh, am I allowed to say this? I'm going to say this. Kristyn, you did not hear this, but you heard this. You know, goddamn Ontario's social service clawback bullshit. That's bullshit. There's no way to build a side hustle and entrepreneurship if we don't change that goddamn law. Please do something, please. I don't know, wherever level of government you want to do that, I don't care. It's fine. We consult. Like, you know, this is creativity to support the real entrepreneurs in this community to help make these projects come to life. That's solutions-oriented. That's CSI. I have never been more proud to give a huge amount of leash to an extraordinary woman. One of the most amazing things for me has been to watch Denise come in as a community animator and manager and to leave an executive leader. You are an absolute extraordinary woman. I can't wait to see what you do. And you're not going anywhere. You're going to be right with me, damn it, so don't go. So none of that shit. So, her heart is so deeply rooted in community, while her brain quickly grasps the complexities that she needs to navigate. This is the woman who gets to yes at any cost. Her unique ability to get to yes with the right moral fiber is what makes it possible to give this woman so much leash. Thank you. Thank you for your tremendous contribution. Thank you for making CSI so bloody proud. And thank you for standing with me as we go and we craft extraordinary impact together, because honest to God, sister, it's up to us. Thank you all for coming tonight. Yes, Elvira, please. This is for you, Denise. Come. She's all organized. There you go. Kristyn, you're actually in the photograph. This is pretty impressive, yeah. There we go. So what's next is this extraordinary woman. Can I just, everybody raise a glass, raise a toast, some clapping for Denise. And now what do we do? Because she organized the party, so now what do we do?
We're going to toast. So I'll do this. Yeah. I'll take this. That's really Thank you so much. This photo was taken almost a year ago. March 23rd is when we joined with community, and we leveraged a whole bunch of things. We leveraged partnerships, we leveraged relationships, we leveraged so many things, and had the first public event. We launched the community living room, the CSI Community Living Room. And we launched the community app, and we brought everybody together for the first time after pandemic right in this space. There weren't as many balloons. I wasn't in charge of the budget. But God damn it, it was a fun night, hey? It was so fun. And so that photo was taken there as we unveiled this idea of what this space could be. And so thank you so much for the last year. Thank you so much for your friendships. Thank you so much for all of the things. I am actually going to toast to you. So thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks so much for showing up. Thanks so much for all of the ways that you work to make this place and this space an incredible, incredible community in the city of Toronto. Thank you. Thank you. Love you right back. I love you right back. I'm going to take a sip of wine because it's rude to not. It sure is. Okay. We would like. I would like to let you know that Mr. Snooky Tymes and his band are going to play us out for the rest of the evening. But before that, while they get set up, this mic is your mic. I have one video to show you from a DECA and community member. Mark from the church in Regent Park would like to say a few words to you. And if you would like to come up to toast anybody in this room or this community or the incredible work that we all get to do together, this mic is your mic. And I also, before I go, I forgot. No, I didn't forget. I just got distracted. Nay. You know, anybody from this community knows who Nay is, because anytime you step into this room, you find her here. You know, I get to send all the emails and say all the nice things and get to plan all the things, and this woman is here every day. She cleans up the mess from the young people that hang out here overnight. We pick up the earrings, we pick up the subway transfers. She picks up all, not we, she, this lady, this woman right here. She picks up the subway transfers, she picks up the earrings, she picks up the garbage, she picks up all the things. And she makes sure that you have this space on a daily basis. And thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting this space. Thanks for all of the wonderful things that you've done and all of the ways that you've supported the space behind the scenes. And she just came in and was like, yeah, I get it. Community. It's rough. Totally cool. We're going to just do this thing. So thank you. Thank you so much. A toast to you. I'm going to take another sip of wine. I'm going to try and figure out how to do this thing, this video thing, and get Mark on the screen to give you a toast while Snooky Tynes sets up. And like I said, I'm going to put this mic on a stand somewhere. I think it's over there. I'm going to put it right here. And if you would like to give a toast to this community, to these people, to anything that you would like, the mic is open for you. And then we are all going to dance together. Gail will be back with the non-alcoholic cocktails because she's incredible. And she's created a special drink just for tonight. And the cash bar, if you would like to indulge in some alcohol, that is also open. And we're all here until the bitter end. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You are enjoying the party, and we have mixed emotions about celebrating the 10 years that CSI has invested in this community. Unfortunately, I have a speaking engagement tonight, and I wasn't able to stay too much later. It's not because I'm old or because I don't have some dance moves. I just have somewhere else to be, unfortunately. But I just want to say thank you for all that CSI has done for our organization over the last 6 years. Church in Regent Park was just getting started and found CSI through one of the potlucks, and we were involved. I had the privilege of serving as a DECA and involved as a PECA, a number of other ways over the last 6 years, and CSI has helped us serve 93,000 meals over the course of those 6 years and provide clothing to 9,000 clients over those 6 years. And so that's part of what you've done by providing us a place where we can meet our neighbors, a place for us to keep costs down when it came to photocopying and meeting rooms and hosting Super Bowl parties and discussion groups. And so we are very much indebted to CSI and all that they've done. So thank you, Denise, thank you, Nay and Rahel and many other staff members that have come alongside and help organizations like ours get their start and launch to bigger and better things. And we've connected us with a number of friends. You've enabled us as organizations to begin to partner and work together, and we're so thankful. And so here's to you, CSI, and we look forward to crossing paths with you in the future as you don't forget about us here in Regent Park.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please follow us on all our social media platforms, and for more information, please check out our website.